Namo Himalaya, everyone. I have a really powerful message to share with you, and this is for my tribe who is a warrior spirit, who fights for the light, who know that they are here to change the world. It was like an overwhelming energy of this purge of emotions that are being released right now in many people across the world, across the collective. And the message that was coming through from the ancestors, but specifically also from spirit, is that you are stepping into the role that you are destined to be in. You've been destined to be in. And during this very important moment, you have to not be afraid of the shadows. And by shadows, it was almost like a bunch of people were walking through the forest or moving through the forest in the dark with very little light, but there was still light. And another message came through because I'm also a boxer, and I do kickboxing as well. And the message was, if you knew that it would only take one more punch to knock out the other person, or in this case, metaphorically, your past, so that you can step into your destiny, how hard would you punch? How hard would you fight in that one moment? How focused would you become? How would you channel your energy? Because even in the darkness, there was still so much power. Even within your grief, you have so much power. Even within your sadness and your uncertainty and your busy thoughts and your self-sabotaging ways, you still have so much power. And if you had the choice of choosing something different, and it would only take one action, and your entire past would be gone. You would be liberated. You would be standing, existing, being as your highest self. Would you do it? And it's almost like the ancestors were at the end of the forest where there was light coming through, and you were finding your way through that. And there's vines and trees and things that are twisted around, and not everybody makes it there. And that's something that you also have to be okay with, because as you learn to expand and as you learn to exist within your full capacity of energy and angelic light and beautiful and having a beautiful aura, people will naturally feel threatened by you for no good reason. You will feel absolutely alone. And you have to learn to be okay with that, because you are never alone. You're never alone. Your ancestors and spirit are right there. And another message that was coming through is that you were put into this incubation phase so that you could prepare for what is coming next. So that spirit and the ancestors knew that whatever blessings they were bringing to you were not going to be shoved aside. Were not going to be mishandled. And they wanted me specifically to share when I was going through a difficult phase in my life, and I felt like spirit and the ancestors were just testing me over and over and over again, and seeing if at any given moment would you drop everything and turn around. And every time I did. And there was one time where I specifically lost faith in myself, in my ancestors, in spirit, and I just like, I couldn't handle it. Like, I turned to things that were not good for me, and I had the strongest message, and that was how I ended up getting Icarus tattooed on my back as a reminder of humbling myself and also remembering my power and the grace that has been given to me over and over and over again. And this phrase keeps coming up over the last couple of days of like, during those moments where you are questioning everything, where you feel like you don't know which way to go and your ego is just running wild, one of my favorite phrases that my mentor taught me is, who am I not to trust? Who am I not to trust? Is my ego so big that I would then question source, creator, cosmos, God, whatever your verbiage is? Who are you to question creation? And every single time I hear that, it drops me back into my body, and it like humbles me in the best way. Because at the end of the day, we've never been let down by our ancestors, by spirit, by our God, like other gods that people believe in, by deities, like whatever it is that you practice. Like, we've never been let down. We've only let down ourselves and then tried to blame it on energy around us, or tried to blame it on people around us. But we have always had autonomy. So in this phase that you are in, because it feels like just a tiny blip on like what you're about to experience, it's a little shadowy right now, and your path is like kind of hidden, and they're doing that intentionally because they want to know, are you ready to go or are you not ready to go? Are you going to hit as hard as you can hit and never look back? Or are you going to stay in that shadowy forest with everybody else who was not ready to step out on their new path? And I just want to make sure that people know too that you are deserving of everything you're about to receive and have been receiving over the last month. Whether it's been peace, new money, new friends, new animals, engagements, like all sorts of things. Don't give in to your ego. Don't give in to old versions of yourself. Don't start to think you're going to sabotage it and mess it all up, because you're not. You're a different person than who you were in the past. And it's time for you to let that go and leave it in that forest. Let it be alchemized into something else. But I just wanted to share that with you because it felt very urgent, and for my folks who are more warrior and know the importance of being of service right now in the world, because it is so needed. And if you are needing a safe space to come and be amongst community who are just like you, come join one of my weekly sessions. You can just sit there and exist, or you can ask questions, you can be in meditation, you can walk around, you can be eating, whatever you want to do. If you just want to be in good energy during this time, I invite you to do that for yourself. And know that you are loved, and know that you are protected, and know that you are exactly where you need to be during this time and phase of your life, and everything's going to be okay. So I'm sending you lots of love and lots of hugs. Get a ton of rest, and hopefully I will either see some of you in the Discord or I will see some of you in the session. Have a beautiful, beautiful journey.